Welcome back, guys. It's JDJ here. This is my third episode about ceremony speakers and setups in our three-part series. The one I'm going to show you today was my very first ceremony setup. Keep in mind, this video is for beginner DJs only. I do not recommend this setup. I do not recommend this setup. I do not recommend this setup. The reason I'm making this video is because there might be some of you out there who have enough equipment for a normal DJ booth and suddenly you're asked to do a ceremony and you're trying to use that equipment for this ceremony. Now, for this setup, I'm going to use one basic PA speaker. Today I'm going to use the Electro Voice ZLX 15, but even if you have a 12-inch or a 10-inch or even an 8-inch Alto, Mackie, Electro Voice, QSC, whatever it is, this will make sense. I'm also going to show you using an external mixer, a simple wireless microphone, and something to play music on. Let's set it up. All right, you guys, so here's the front view. It's a little messier than my last ceremony setup because this one is not battery powered, okay? So let's go to the back and see how we're gonna set everything up here. So the pieces of equipment I have are first the Electro Voice ZLX 15. So, and by the way, you guys, this is huge. I would really hope you have a smaller speaker for your ceremonies. You just really don't need that much sound. This was what I used for my main DJ booth. And so when I first started, I had to go use this for the ceremony and then go reset it up for my DJ booth. So that's why I'm setting it up with this one today. So we're gonna turn on the ZLX. Yay, it's working just fine. One thing that's pretty cool about the ZLX is it does have a speech mode. See, you'll notice here. So I'm gonna put it on mode and I'm gonna put on speech right here. So a lot of Electro Voice speakers have this. If you guys are using a different sort of speaker, they might have something on the back that makes it a speech mode, so you'll want to use that. Second thing, the microphone I'm using is called the Phoenix Pro PTU 52, and it runs actually off of a line level, so you do not want to turn this to mic. So I've got this knob turned to line. So what I need to do is make sure I've got a bunch of XLR cables. In a situation like this, I would need 2 to connect this receiver to the mixer, and then I would need at least 1 to connect the mixer into the Electro Voice. So you might be wondering, like, why do I need this mixer here? So in my other video, we showed this setup with the Everse 8, and the Everse 8 actually has a digital mixer, which means that you can mess with the EQ settings from the Everse and from the app. It's amazing, but this speaker can't do that. And so for that reason, that's why I add this extra variable, because the mixer here has this button, the HPF, which is high pass filter. And so it makes it so much more clear when speeches and ceremony stuff is going on. So this is really kind of nice to have. In my other video where I talk about my first DJ setup, I talk a little bit about how to use this mixer. But if you're going to use just a basic PA speaker for ceremonies, you should probably use an extra mixer. You could just plug these directly into your ZLX, right? But then you literally take both of these inputs with microphones. And these ones do have Bluetooth, but I know not all PA speakers do. So, and I don't really trust the Bluetooth on these ones as much as I do the Everse. So keep that in mind. That's why I use a mixer. It does take a couple of extra XLR cables, but it really makes your life a little bit easier. You take this, plug it in right here, and then you take another one, plug it into right here, and you take one of these, plug it into the input here. So now I'm going to want to connect a device that I'm going to be using, and now I've got an input right here because the mixer turns 2 of these microphones into 1 solid channel right there, right? So I could either use an XLR to aux cord, or I could use one of these. This is a double 1/4 inch to aux cord. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to just plug it into one of these channels here. And then this is a really long cord, like unnecessarily long. So I'd use this and I could plug it into my iPad, which I would be playing my music from. All right, so usually as the DJ, I would be standing here ready to deal with the mic controls. I'm holding my iPad and it's playing music right now. So I've got it plugged into channel 5 and 6, and then channel 5 and 6 knob is right here. So I turn that up. Perfect, so you can hear it just fine. You can also use the Record Box app like I showed, especially if brides want like songs mixed into other songs, those sorts of things. But usually when I'm doing prelude music, sometimes I'll just play it from Apple Music or Spotify and just play some instrumental music. But I like having the Record Box app playing stuff because then there's no problem switching back and forth. So that's how I do it on my iPad. All right, guys, let's be real. Let's talk about some drawbacks with this setup. First things first, look at it. It looks terrible. There's wires everywhere, okay? Do not do this. Just get the Everse if you can. But I know there's some of you out there, you're just getting ready for a ceremony. You don't know what to do, right? And you might have this stuff. So if this is all you got, do it. Here's what I do not want to recommend today. I do not want to recommend this Phoenix Pro microphone. Phoenix Pro makes a lot of cheap microphones, and so I believe this one was like $100. They do make nicer ones that are probably higher quality, but at that point, you might as well just buy a Shure mic. I used to use this one for a lot of different things, and it would cut out all the time. Now, the lapel microphone, terrible. The lapel microphone, I remember if there was any little bit of wind, the officiant would be like, and I was just like back there so stressed, like this is terrible. I don't really recommend this microphone, but if you're already out there, you already have it, it's too late to return it, and you're like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Make sure you have a mixer, make sure you use that HPF button, make sure you turn down the lows if it's windy, right? Do what you can, I get it. I did have one wedding where that lapel mic worked great, right? But since I've gone to the Shure BLX and just a microphone stand, it has been so much safer and so much more reliable. Another drawback for me was look how big this thing is, okay? Let me compare it to my Everse 8 so you can see the difference. Okay, that's a side-by-side comparison with the EV ZLX 15 and the Everse 8. So obviously, this is so much better, so much more portable, and you guys, it's battery powered, okay? So you gotta go with the battery power. It is so nice that it exists. The fact that it powers a mic receiver gets rid of any need for an outlet. I did so many weddings where literally I was running like a 100-foot long extension cord. Oh, just get a battery powered one if you can. I just really recommend you go watch my other videos because then you'll see much better ceremony setups. But if this is all you got to work with, I'm here to tell you that it works, okay? So thank you so much for watching. If there are any experienced DJs watching this, why are you watching? But thank you for watching. Put your thoughts in the comments because newer DJs may need some advice, especially on some ceremony setups to make it simpler. I would really love to hear what your guys' opinions are and your thoughts because that would actually help me learn a lot too. Second, newer DJs, it is possible. It's going to be okay, but definitely recommend upgrading. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.